all the relationships I think are really awkward because even if they're not romantic relationships, even paternal relationships, like we were saying with Reginald and then Grace, they're all kind of like weird. Like, yeah. I mean, Allison, you're a terrible mother.
Also, don't date your brother. You know, like.
Welcome to the Monarch Experience. Thank you for taking the time to listen to episode 9. I am so excited for what we have in store for you today. At the Monarch Experience, we're all about giving students the platform to voice what is important to them. And 8 episodes in, we have definitely done that. We are making huge strides. We are being downloaded in 21 states, 4 different countries. Unfortunately, only one planet. But we're gonna get there. Come on, Mars. We're counting on you. I am your host, the Ancona. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to us today. We have such a fantastic topic, and it's a little bit different than what we've kind of been doing for the previous 8 episodes. We really kind of been staying within the realm of school and school-related things that are important to teens, and really with this one, we're actually going someplace entirely different. We're going to the Umbrella Academy. No, we're not being given up by our parents who have randomly given birth to us on one fateful day to join an academy run by some bald old dude, but we're going to be doing a review of the Netflix show, The Umbrella Academy. And caution, there is going to be spoilers. Spoilers actually throughout this entire episode right now. This is a spoiler right here. So just you've been forewarned. We're not going to give you any more warnings ahead of time. So if you're someone who skips the intro, you didn't hear any of this then, actually. Our major shout-out for this week goes to Miss Jager. She had one of her students at the beginning of May, Anthony Schusteff, ended up playing piano and took 2nd place in a competition that was done at Carnegie Hall. How amazing is that? Carnegie Hall. I cannot even process that. Anthony, major props go your way. Congratulations. Fantastic stuff. And we want to hear about this. Let us know. Contact us. Let us know on Twitter at The Monarch Experience. Add us on Snapchat. Let us know at The Monarch Experience Podcast. Let us know all about Carnegie Hall. Maybe we get you on the podcast. We could do an episode on the power of music. Sounds like a really good idea for a topic coming in the future. If you like that, let me know. We'll set it up. And what a fitting transition when we're talking about piano performances in a grand hall. No, there is no white violin present with us today. But today, we have returning guest Victoria Dillon, our student council president.
I'm back.
We have returning guest, Harry Fritz.
I'm here too.
And we have first-time Monarch experiencer, Eleni.
Hi.
How you guys all doing?
I'm pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Wonderful. I wouldn't want you to say anything other than that. So let's jump right into this. Before we start chatting about the Monarch Experience, let's do a review on all the previous Monarch Experience
episodes. That should
episodes.
be the 100th episode.
Oh, I like it. I cannot even imagine 100 episodes. How old will I be? 10 episodes per season.
Yeah, but you started like in March.
That's true. We could hit 100 episodes by June. We'll do 5 a day. Sounds terrifying. Yeah, we'll never get that done. Big questions. We're all about alienating half of our audience here at the Monarch Experience.
It's my favorite thing to do.
So if we have not already done so, we're going to divide this group even more. Is cereal a soup or not?
Absolutely not. That's disgusting.
Soup is disgusting or cereal's disgusting?
No, cereal being connected to soup. Just the idea of it.
Well, we're not connecting them. We're not trying to take like your minestrone soup and your
cereal being
Kellogg's.
compared to soup is disgusting.
What makes it not? I mean, I agree with you. I don't think that cereal is a soup. I think there are defining characteristics of a soup that need to happen, and that is not one of them. Why do you feel like that's disgusting?
Well, for one, cereal is eaten cold and soup is eaten hot. Also, they're like...
Not always.
Well, they're best eating cold and hot.
Okay.
And cereal, it's mostly associated with more sweet flavors like breakfast time.
Ooh.
And soup, just the idea for me personally at least, if I wake up in the morning and I'm hungry, I don't want to eat chicken soup. It kind of, it's weird. So that's my opinion on it.
Yeah. Victoria, where are you on this? Cereal soup or no?
I don't think so. I really don't think so. Mostly because, like, it's not cooked. Like, cereal... I guess you could say that it's, like, baked because, like, you have to bake it in the factory or whatever. I don't know how to make cereal, but, like...
I thought cereal was just found. It was, like, a natural...
It's like the commercial, like, we struck cereal!
Harry, you feel like cereal... Is it a soup?
No, but it's controversial because it could either be a beverage once it's poured in.
What?
But no. The milk itself, you're saying.
Yeah.
You're not drinking the food. You're gonna choke.
Haven't you heard of a blender?
What? The cereal.
You don't blend.
No.
But what I'm saying is when you put milk into a bowl of cereal, it's either a sauce, a broth, or a beverage.
No.
It's one of the three.
It's really not.
That's not how
It
any
really
of this
is.
works. Harry,
I see where
first
the
of all,
sauce
a
aspect
sauce.
is coming from.
No, a sauce doesn't make any sense either.
Like,
because
it
a
doesn't
sauce,
make sense, but, like...
But a sauce and a
makes-
soup both need to be cooked in order for it to be... It doesn't have to be hot, but you're cooking the flavors together. You're marrying them in a pot.
So what defines a soup for you?
When you take ingredients and you put them in one type of heating mechanism and you cook the flavors together. And you can serve it then chilled, but I think you have to cook or marry the flavors together.
All right.
And I don't think you're doing that with cereal because you're simply just placing the cereal in the milk and just letting it have... It's a bath. I think cereal is more of a bath than it is anything else. What kind of bath would you like? Bubble bath? Cereal bath. That's the choices you have. That's what I had growing
That's
up.
probably a thing somewhere.
Definitely is a thing somewhere.
For some sort of like cult.
Yes, a cult. Well, let's move right along in this. Speaking of cults, we could not have transitioned any better. So, Victoria, you actually were the one that kind of gave me the heads up about this show, The Umbrella Academy.
Yes.
And you were the one that pushed me to watch it.
Yes.
And so I guess this is me on air saying, those are hours of my life I'll never get back. No, thank you, because it really was a really cool show. One that I didn't think I would necessarily like. I was actually told by my wife I would not like it. And I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought. And what's cool that you kind of told me was that the creator is someone that a lot of people probably know.
Yes.
His name is Gerard Way, and he is the singer from the band My Chemical Romance. Now,
Really awesome.
yes, they're not a band anymore, but that's also why he has time to do this.
Free time.
And also, he and the old guitarist from the band, his name is, he's not dead, but his name...
Not yet.
Oh, I got that.
So he also made a couple songs for the show with
Okay.
the old guitarist Ray Toro.
That's awesome.
And so they made their original song, Hazy Shade of Winter, which plays at the end during the credits of episode 10. And they made a cover of, I forget who sings the original, but the I Can't See Me Loving, See Myself Loving Nobody But You. Nobody But You, that's the song title.
Okay.
And I forget which episode that plays in, but it plays right after the handler comes in for the first time.
Okay.
That episode.
Awesome.
5.
And
That's number 5, yeah.
And did he create the comic too? Because the show is based off the comic.
Yes, him and Gabriel Ba created the comic together. And I don't know exactly when it started, because I really only came aware of it when the show was
When the
being
show
announced.
happened. Yeah.
And then when I found out it was by him, I was like, this is my new favorite show. And I haven't seen it yet, but it's my new favorite.
Well, and it's got this great blend of all the things I think that this group of people at least really enjoy that are here right now. Really great music and a good show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, what a soup. It's a soup
What a
of
soup.
really great things. But I think also what it does too, really greatly timed, as Netflix basically killed off every comic show that they had going on, where they canceled, I think,
know.
the Daredevil.
They canceled Daredevil,
And they
I was
canceled
sad.
Punisher. And then I think Jessica Jones is on its last season.
Don't remind me.
I know. And so a lot of people were left really hungry for superhero content, especially with Endgame at the time of Umbrella Academy coming out. Endgame really coming soon to the forefront. I think that it was a perfect timing because it basically gave everyone what they wanted as far as a really fun, lighthearted, not too serious comic book movie that could kind of at least make them forget about all these shows that Netflix has decided that we don't like. Netflix, we do like them. Why do you hate us so much?
I love Jessica Jones. She's so cool.
I enjoyed The Punisher.
I haven't seen either.
Well,
You should.
you should.
Watch them.
So let's jump right
God.
into this. I think one of the things that immediately stuck out to me, especially with the first episode title being "We Only See Each Other During Weddings and Funerals," I thought which was so perfectly fitting and funny. Just this overall arching theme of what defines a family or defines a close group of friends. So let's just start there. What does define family or close group of friends or close group of friends that call one another family?
I have to say that it's like anyone that you consider yourself close enough that you help them through like a bad time in their life. I forget exactly the quote, but there's like this quote and it's like a friend in need is a friend indeed or something like that. Or
Okay,
like,
yeah, I think that's it.
it's something like that. No, it's the one you have on your door and it's
A
like
friend is one who walks in when others walk out.
that one.
Yeah.
So
Eleni just had a look of disgust. Like,
because it's cheesy.
it is cheesy, yeah, but there's a lot of truth to it, I think. And when they all are in need of friends or family or someone, that's what brings them all back together. So I don't think you see anybody really walking out on them, despite obviously their checkered past. And we'll get into all of this as we really kind of get ourselves situated. But I think that's a great way of looking at it. I always looked at a group of friends or family as just people who weathered a similar storm of some kind of devastation. So they've all been through some kind of hardship together that brings them together, much like what you were saying. And obviously for them, the death of their father, Reginald Hargreaves, brings them back together despite them all going really separate ways.
Yeah, it's a very pompous name.
One ended on the moon.
Yeah, all the way to the moon. I wonder if he was listening to the podcast out on the moon.
Whoa. Luther, listen to the podcast,
Hey,
buddy.
Luther, fictional character that's not real. We're talking to you.
It's gonna be actor to listen to it on the moon.
No. I want Luther to listen to it with his tiny little head and like gigantic just upper body, where immediately I was like, okay, so this guy skipped leg day, like a lot. What's his deal?
Didn't.
I actually thought he looked so ridiculous with his tiny head and big arms and normal size hands that I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be a joke or like a haha, like this is not supposed to look great, or if they just really were bad at whatever effects they were trying to use.
I actually didn't notice. Like, it took me until, like, I think the third episode
Really?
to actually notice. No, it was when my friend pointed out when we were watching it. It was during, like, the second episode, I think. And then she pointed out and she was like, his head is so small. And then I
And even
started
his
watching it. I was like,
hands.
oh, yeah.
Like, that's what bothered me, too, was later on, as the season went on, I noticed, like, obviously I noticed his legs were tiny, his head was tiny, and I was like, okay, I don't know if, like, this is supposed to be a part of it or not, and it clearly looked like he's wearing, like, pillows in his jacket.
Yeah.
But when they showed his hands, that kind of really ruined him for me. So it's like his hands are like the normal size hands. Because when they show him, we're skipping ahead here, but when they show him dancing with Allison and he looks normal, he looked exactly the same. It's just as if like someone popped his arm muscles and they deflated. Let's just kind of go around the horn and let's chat about which characters we either connected with the most, just liked the most, or found the most interest in. Eleni, who's your favorite character?
I really liked Allison because I feel like she, her relationship with Vanya, she recognized that it wasn't the best sister relationship, and so I think it's cool how she like recognized her mistakes and admitted it and tried to work towards the end of the show to fix it, but it didn't really work out in the end. But that's later.
I actually had I felt nothing toward Allison.
I didn't either. Like, I like the actress. Like, Emmy Raver is really cool.
Okay, what else is
Like-
she in?
I don't know, but I follow her on Instagram, and she was like the first
Okay.
person I found. She was kind of how I found the show. I just kind of found her Instagram, and I was
Oh,
like,
really?
whoa! And then, like, that led to everything else that
Okay.
happened.
Yeah, Allison
But-
does nothing. I just
Like, her character, I don't really.
I don't hate her. I don't like her.
I-
You know what I do like about her? That she is clearly a big fan of the Monarch Experience. And episode 8, where we talked about gossip, rumors, and drama. I thought the fact that she always kept talking about, like, I heard a rumor, episode 8. I heard a rumor, episode 8. It was giving Sika, Janelle, and Marco a lot of props. I really appreciated that. I thought that was really cool.
You know, despite the fact that she was born in 1989, and she's had her power since she was like 5 years old. But, you know, that's okay.
But there's no time. There's no rules with time when it comes to this podcast and the Umbrella Academy.
It's timeless.
It's timeless, well said. Victoria, who's your favorite character?
I really like 5.
Okay.
He's awesome.
Why? Is
well,
it the character, or are you like in love with the actor?
I'm not the one in love with the actor.
Oh, that was Eleni.
That was me.
Yeah. Where else has he been?
Nicky, Ricky, Dicky, and Dawn. From Nickelodeon.
That show.
So is he a kids actor? I mean, obviously he's a kid, but I mean, like,
yeah.
does he do
He's
like
like
kid
15
shows?
now. I
But
think,
he's also he like sings and
Okay.
stuff. And he's actually an environmentalist, and his Instagram is like full of just. He's kind of like a mini Leonardo DiCaprio, where like he uses his social media platform to like help with like modern problems like with the environment and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is-
So if he's a mini Leonardo DiCaprio, just Aiden Gallagher, be wary of boats and tops, spinning tops.
Nice. Wait, so was this role a big departure for him then?
Yeah, I think this was his first role that like wasn't like
Just splattered with
Nickelodeon.
color in the background
Yeah.
because it's Nickelodeon? Okay. So, Victoria, you like the character 5. What about him stands out to you?
I think the fact that he's like, okay, I'm gonna explain myself when I say this. I relate to him in a way.
Because you're a disgruntled 50-year-old man stuck
time
in a
traveler.
post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly who I am. It's my spirit animal. But like the fact that like he's young. I think he said he's 13 in the show. But he's just he's an old soul because he is old. But like
That's not what the saying old soul means. Like, you don't say that to grandma.
I know.
He comes across older than he should.
Yes.
Okay.
The fact that he's so cynical and sarcastic, and I do like to think of it as a little bit of an allegory for like kids who do come across older than they actually are, for kids who are like old souls and who have been through a lot.
Sure, yeah.
And so they were forced to grow up a little bit faster than they were supposed to.
And I think
like,
if you kind of follow his timeline, forgive the pun, you can kind of see how he's had to grow up faster
Yeah.
and slower and backwards
and,
more than he wanted to.
and sideways.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of souls, Klaus. A lot to talk about. I feel like Klaus is my favorite character along with many other people because it's just like, it's so reckless
Yeah.
what they did, but it's like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's like, you kind of relate to him more because everyone's like clumsy in their own way.
Yeah.
Like maybe not like in motion or like handling stuff, but maybe it's like just spiritually.
You can tell that he's incredibly uncomfortable with himself. Obviously, you know, the drug use and like the abuse aside, like you can tell that he's very uncomfortable with himself just by his mannerisms, I think. And just like the things he says, the things he does, I think he's so always joking, and it almost comes across as if he's trying to joke to get the attention away from any inadequacy he may have. And I think he's such a lovable, clumsy character and lovable, like, mess up. That's what makes him endearing. You know, nobody likes the mess up that is like hard to deal with and is like
Just annoying.
it's just annoying. But he really just has a great heart, and he seems like a good person, and he's hard to hate.
Yeah.
Klaus is one of my favorites. He easily is my favorite.
I think the thing that sold me on Klaus being my favorite character is the scene where Hazel and Cha-Cha go to the house. And they everyone keeps like missing him as he's dancing with his headphones on.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was like my favorite scene of the whole series.
That was awesome.
love Klaus.
And then I guess, you know, Klaus is probably my favorite if I had to pick, but I kind of have a soft spot for Diego. Not just because he throws knives, and that's just really
That's
cool.
awesome.
Like, I wish I could throw knives.
It's actually not just that. He's able to curve anything he throws.
I wish I could do that also.
Curveball.
Yeah,
Major leagues.
right? That'd be amazing. just throwing wicked
Would that be
curveballs.
cheating?
You're a mutant, so
No.
there's no, right? Because it would be your natural ability,
Yeah.
even though if your natural ability is not natural. That's a show that someone needs to write.
Supernatural.
It's about mutants performing in sports and the ethical.
The aftermath of X-Men.
So I really like Diego too because I thought there was a lot of stuff. I thought his character also had some of the most depth to it as well, where you see him really tormented about the idea of shutting down Robot Mom. Is that her name?
It's
Can we just,
Grace.
Can we just call her
I
Robot Mom?
forgot she had a name.
Grace.
Yeah.
Like him being really tortured about the idea that like even if she is a robot, she still is the maternal figure in his life, and he still obviously has those strong connections and feelings toward her that to shut her down and end her life would be really hard for him to do. Loved all that stuff, and plus, you know, they all are flawed in their own way, and I loved his flaw too with Patch. Trying to kind of make things work out with her, never really letting it go and kind of seeing the end of it, and then feeling obviously the immense regret when she ends up being killed by Hazel. Right? Hazel?
No, Cha-Cha.
No,
I think it was Cha-Cha, yeah.
Yeah, Cha-Cha kills her. So, any characters you despise?
Yes, Luther.
That's unanimous. It's
Yes,
Luther.
yeah.
It's
It's
'cause of
unanimous
his
throughout the entire fandom.
tiny head and tiny hands.
Exactly.
That's why.
Can't stand it.
Yeah.
Tiny brain.
Tiny brain.
A bird
Wow.
brain.
What do you guys hate Luther so much?
It's because he's always trying to defend someone that's been, like, really horrible to the other 6, actually, including Vanya.
Okay.
Like, he keeps trying to defend Reginald, keeps trying to defend all his decisions and choices.
See, I thought that was sad because he was trying to defend Reginald and didn't know that Reginald basically like didn't read any of his stuff or look at any of his missions. So he just kind of comes across as misinformed.
I mean, well, one thing I really hate about him, I think the thing that just made me hate him from the like pretty much the get-go was that he was very like, I'm number one for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm the leader. Anything I say goes because I'm in charge. It's almost like when you're the younger sibling and then your parents leave and you're like, your older sibling is in charge. And then they're just like, I'm in charge. Go sit in your room. I'm going to sit down here and play video games. You can't say anything.
Yeah,
And, like,
I totally see that. He is a little stuck up, I guess, with the way
Yeah.
that he took the leadership. I guess as a Ninja Turtle fan, he kind of reminds me of the Leonardo of the group, which always annoyed me because I'm like, Leonardo, you're not the leader. It's Splinter that's the leader. And Luther's doing the same thing. And they both start with L.
Whoa.
But
Conspiracy
wait,
theory.
also,
They are the same person.
Reginald's
Film theory.
dad-
Get on this.
Film theory.
Pat. Pat, where are you?
Eleni, you're a Luther hater as well?
Yeah, I feel like he's just very, like, as you said before, everyone has their own problems. And I think that Luther's just very oblivious to everyone else's problems. And, like, just focuses on his
Yeah.
own problems. Because throughout the show, he brings up, like, I was up on the moon for 4 years. And then at some point, it's like, no one cares. Like, we get it.
Well, like
okay?
literally no one cares. Like even your dad doesn't care.
Yeah.
Because he didn't look at
Genuinely.
anything. Ooh, sorry, Luther. Too deep. Oh, he's definitely not going to listen now.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I totally hear you on that. Hazel and Cha-Cha, how do we feel about them?
I
Um,
actually enjoy the characters.
I love them.
I think they were pretty
Yeah.
cool. I
I
really
thought-
like the character arc
yeah,
like,
for
I don't-
Hazel?
for both of them.
Okay, for both of them?
Because, like, Cha-Cha was very, like, I have a job to do and I'm going to stick to it. She's very, very chaotic good. Like,
Chaotic.
I'm going to do my job by any means necessary. And then I feel like Hazel is very lawfully evil. Like,
Okay.
he's like, I don't always want to do my job, but I feel like I mix these two up.
No, I feel like it's almost like you've got like the millennial, and this is not in a negative way, but the millennial attitude of like, I'm going to do this, but I also want to try to strive to do better and try to do something else, and I don't want to just be stuck in it. And Cha-Cha's like the baby boomer mentality of like, I'm going to work and I'm going to do this job and I'm going to follow my orders for as long as I'm doing this job, and it's all about carrying out the task.
And also, just like, this is like a side note, but Hazel did kind of creep me out a little bit.
He
just
is.
because, like,
He is creepy.
like, just the
He's
way
played
that
other
he
creepy
always...
roles.
Really?
Yeah, he was in Mindhunter, I believe, and he plays a serial killer.
Oh, that explains a lot.
And his affect is the same as he was as Hazel, but it's just much more deliberate and slowed down, which makes him unbelievably uncomfortable.
I don't know why, but just the one scene that's really sticking out in my mind right now is, and it's when they first go to like the donut shop, and he's like analyzing the donuts, saying like, I wonder which one I should get, and then he's like giving his explanation for like the pros and cons of every like donut.
To Agnes?
Yeah, like I think that scene just annoys me in general.
That's
why
the thing that created their relationship. Basically,
that.
was like, oh, I love that you're overanalyzing your donut choice.
Like, just his voice in that kind of creeped me out, and then also I think that scene just annoys me in general because it's kind of pointless. It doesn't need to be there. Okay. And like it just doesn't make sense. And people who overanalyze stuff that doesn't need to be analyzed kind of annoys me.
Okay, Harry?
I actually believe that scene should be in it because that actually kind of sparks the whole relationship between Hazel and Agnes.
I also think, Harry, it actually kind of creates his, or at least fleshes out his character that he's someone who just wants to know the why. Like he's always trying to figure out decisions, like what goes into the decision. Because that big decision that you see throughout the entire series with him deciding if he wants to do this anymore or not, or if he wants to be free like a bird, like he says with Agnes, which, by the way, when he finally does make that decision, did you guys all catch what the camera pans to?
Birds.
Birds on the wallpaper, where they're talking, I mean, they've been setting that up since the very beginning when they have that conversation out by the dumpster. Love the symbolism in there, and then the foreshadowing that happened prior to it. So I agree. I think that scene actually belonged there. Because otherwise, you don't know that he is this person trying to figure out a purpose. Even if that purpose is just get the double chocolate donut, dude. And just move on with your life.
But what about the raspberry jelly?
Raspberry jelly is good. It's got to be fresh, though. I think anytime you're introducing fruit into any kind of pastry or any type of cake, fruit's got to be fresh.
Secret's in the jelly.
Secret.
Isn't the proofs in the...
No, he says the secret's in the jelly, right?
Yeah.
That was yeah. And then they give each other the eyes. And then love.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't know if it's just me, but I find a lot of the relationships in this show kind of creepy.
They're all creepy.
They're all really creepy.
Start with Reginald's wife is a robot.
Well, no, that's different. Because, like,
no, it's not.
No, because he's not, like, in love with her.
Okay,
he built her as a caregiver for the children.
Yeah.
But
that's... It's like...
Yeah.
He's their dad, but he's not their dad.
Okay.
Like, he adopted them, but he's not their caregiver. He's not their father.
He's just a provider.
You were not the father.
Okay. Thanks, Maury. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's go down this path. All the relationships are really awkward. He's at most probably 38, 40.
Yeah. Like,
Agnes is what, 400?
She's like 80 or 90 or something like that.
She's not 80 or 90.
Okay, she's like 80 something.
She's not in her 80s.
It's their choice.
She is a very, she's an old lady.
Yeah.
She's just not,
I'd honestly say like 50s, 60s.
I think she's probably in her 60s, yeah. Like late 50s. It's just she's not trying to look good. Like she's not taking care of herself.
She works at a donut
She works
shop.
at a, yeah. Well said. Well said. So, I mean, all the relationships I think are really awkward because even if they're not romantic relationships, even paternal relationships, like we were saying with Reginald and then Grace, they're all kind of like weird. Like, I mean, Allison, you're a terrible mother.
Also, don't date your brother.
Hey, Five and Dolores, what? Because it's the whole Castaway thing. You've been by yourself for
Great
I don't know
reference.
how long it's been, like 40 years?
Yeah.
Because he's in his 50s. If you find, like, volleyball or, like, a mannequin,
A constant.
you kind of start, like, making
No.
someone else there.
No, I don't.
Personifying it.
Well, have you been cast away past
No.
the apocalypse with nothing but a mannequin?
Harry, you're looking at me like, when you find a volleyball, sometimes
don't boil your
you fall
cereal?
in love. And you boil your cereal and drink it as a beverage. Yeah, that's what we're
I was hearing the beginning of the name Elizabeth, and I was like, where is this going?
So yeah, Dolores, wow, you're dating your brother and you're in love with a mannequin.
Actually, what I find
Parts of a mannequin, it's not even the full mannequin.
It's just the head.
It's just the shoulders and up.
Have you noticed that the way when he's in the apocalypse, Dolores only has one arm, the torso, and the head? That's the exact same way after Hazel and Cha-Cha shoot the mannequin during the mall scene. It's almost if it happened.
So yeah, I think there's a big part of this that that there's constants or things get affected in the future, even if you're going back and trying to erase it. Which is the classic, kind of motif that you see a lot, is that when you change one thing in the past, right, the entire future could crumble. And I think that's one of the coolest things that, we saw throughout this entire show.
And I have one more.
Yeah, go ahead.
Vanya and...
Their relationship is pretty weird, too.
Yeah, well, it started off as a teacher. Then suddenly, when Vanya walks into his wood shop, there is a carving of her. And then the camera pans to, all the Umbrella Academy with their eyes melted
Gouged out, yeah.
Well, that's later.
Yeah,
But
I don't think that you're meant to think that he is a good or trustworthy person from the get-go.
And also, I think that's why Allison's pretty important, because she's the one who's looking into that, which eventually leads to the big reveal.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that, obviously, as we progress with this. And then to continue down the terrible relationships,
one of them makes sense, and then that doesn't even happen.
Which one?
Diego and Patch, and then she just dies.
Yeah. So
What about Dave and Klaus? But then...
Yeah, that makes sense too, but then he dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
The healthiest relationships, or the most normal relationships, are with dead people.
Die.
Yeah, they die.
You know what I also find funny is that scene where Klaus is in the veterans place.
Oh, yeah.
When he's looking at the picture and says, "Hi, Dave," he doesn't show them that he was in that picture.
Well, the thing is, because that has to be... I think they said it was World War II.
I thought it was Vietnam.
Or Vietnam. You're right, it was Vietnam.
Vietnam.
But that means that... I think the show said that they're 30 years old. The people wouldn't believe him because he's 30 years old. A 30-year-old wouldn't have fought in the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
And then time travel doesn't exist to these people. So
he's just gonna sound like
he's gonna sound like a crazy.
He's better off fighting them the way it goes down than trying to explain his logic.
But that
to
did
them.
make me really sad.
Yeah. I think they did a great job with you seeing the inner turmoil or inner relationships that Klaus constantly has to struggle with. But and then just on the other end of the whole relationship saga, the abuse with just Reginald, using Allison to tell Vanya that she doesn't have anything special about her, and just the abuse that Vanya suffers at the hands of that when she sits down at her musical lessons, I think in the first episode, and the conductor's she apologizes for being late, and he says something along the lines of, "I didn't even notice," and then the girl in the bathroom with her telling her, "Why do you even bother practicing? You're not going to be any good." So there's just so much dysfunctional relationship, or so many dysfunctional relationships with every character in the show in so many different ways.
I completely agree with that, and I think there's also a couple different examples of that throughout the show, and one of them is Harold Leonard, whatever his name is. His father was a drunk, and then he abused him when he was younger, and then that led to him kind of idolizing and putting the academy on a pedestal.
Yeah.
And then I think that connects to the scene towards the end of the show. It's in the last couple episodes where he kind of follows them, and then Reginald sees him and he's like, "What are you doing? Who are you? Get out of here." And I think that also leads to, obviously this is all connected. This isn't anything new but then that leads to him finding Vanya and then saying, "This is my way into the academy."
Yeah, it seems like one of the overarching themes is just this need for acceptance within relationships, whether they're romantic or platonical or familial. There's so much of that. I think that makes the show have such an awesome layer because it does go beyond just being superheroes. Because I think if it's just superheroes, listen, we've seen so many superhero shows so many times. And there's some really cool literary kind of things too. I don't know if you guys took notice of the theater where it all goes down was the Icarus Theater.
I knew there was going to be something there, but I couldn't tell, and I'm really mad at myself because I love Greek mythology, and I can't believe I couldn't figure that out.
So those of you listening who are kind of not putting together the dots, I guess. Victoria, you want to break down the myth of Icarus?
Sure. So
how that final scene plays so well into it.
Mm-hmm. I forget his dad's name, but Icarus and his father were trapped. I think it was Hephaestus, the Greek god. I'm almost positive. And so they were trapped on this island. And so Hephaestus made the two of them these wings out of wax and feathers. And so they attached them to their back as they were flying to escape. And one thing he told them was, don't go too close to the sun because then it'll melt the wax. And so then Icarus, being a teenager, flew towards the sun.
Teenager.
And then his wings ended up melting, and then he ended up falling and dying.
And obviously you're seeing the same with Vanya, where just completely taking everyone down with her. Which I thought really has another allusion to... And it maybe felt too similar for me to really enjoy it as much, because I just kind of felt like, okay, I know where this is going. I see this. We saw this in X-Men with the whole idea of the Dark Phoenix saga, where someone who is a part of the superhero group basically is the one that causes the demise of everyone. So I thought maybe that part was a little too similar to X-Men, where it kind of left me wanting more. And then the idea that just Vanya... How do you feel about Vanya? Do you feel bad for her?
I actually like her.
Definitely. I feel bad for her, and I like her character.
Other than the viewer feeling empathy for her and for her situation, she doesn't really bring anything else to the table.
Yeah, I definitely feel for her because they're told she's nothing, and then I thought very fitting. There's a lot of full circle kind of there's a lot of cyclical nature to the way the show was written, which I appreciated. Even if there was that big lull in the middle, which was rough. But I thought just the idea of it coming back to when she gets into the fight with Allison and accidentally slits her throat, taking away Allison's power, and her power of spreading rumors was the thing that made Vanya believe that she was nothing. I thought just really, there was great examples of really great writing that came all the way full circle. Plus the allusions, obviously, with Dark Phoenix, the symbolism with Icarus, really, really fantastic too. But one of the most powerful allusions I thought that really stood out was, it's going to be hard to talk about it without breaking into tears, but Pogo's death.
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean, you knew it was coming. You saw it from the moment they had that conversation.
Oh, I thought you meant from the beginning.
No, not from the beginning. The moment they started having that conversation, I was like, she's going to kill Grandpa Monkey. How could you kill Grandpa Monkey? But the way that they killed him, I thought was a fantastic illusion, because he ends up getting crucified. Very slight, you don't pick up on it at first, but he's crucified, and obviously an allusion to Christ and the whole idea of being crucified for other people's sins. It wasn't even Pogo's fault, because he was just basically keeping Reginald's secret. So not even his fault. But I thought really, really well done. So there was parts, imagery-wise, allusions. I thought some of the writing was really fantastic with it. But yeah, I think killing Mom, Robot Mom.
And bring her back to life.
Yeah, but you killed her still, though. Yeah. And you killed Pogo. You can't kill Pogo.
You can't kill Pogo. He's the monkey butler.
I mean, or do you know what? Do you need to kill Pogo in order to make people hate Vanya?
But I don't think you're supposed to hate Vanya.
Yeah.
If anything, she kills Grandpa Monkey?
If anything, you're actually supposed to...
feel for her.
Yeah.
For killing Grandpa?
No, for being put down her entire life. Maybe if they didn't tell her that she didn't have any power, convince her she didn't have any power,
that she wouldn't have to go to those lengths.
Yeah, isn't that what they were trying to do when they went back in time in the end? Spoilers.
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's get right to the ending with that, because did you like the ending?
It lacked.
It lacked. Yeah. Because you've got 15 minutes left. For at least me, I paused it, and there's 15 minutes left, and I was like, all right, cool. Stuff's about to go down.
Yeah. And
they're holding hands in a circle for 15 minutes.
Actually, it was 2 minutes.
It felt like 15.
Yeah.
Because I guess they set it up when you knew. I felt like it was pretty obvious that they were going to time travel, which I'm always okay with. Obvious things don't need to swerve for the sake of swerving, but they kept showing them time traveling, and they're like, "It's going to work, it's going to work," and then you get to a point where you're like, "Okay, so is it going to work or not?" And then it ends with like just this week to be continued.
Me personally, I didn't really know if it was gonna end like on it to be continued. Like from the get go, I couldn't tell if it was like what really was gonna happen. But by the time I got to the last episode, I definitely did think like, oh, it's obviously gonna end on a cliffhanger. It has to. But I also one thing that did confuse me about the end was the actual apocalypse happening. Like when everything was starting to be set on fire. No one knew it. No one noticed.
Nobody noticed.
Like, that's the one thing that, like, always happens in every, like, other apocalypse movie. Everyone always, like, turns and sees the fire or the tsunami or whatever
and you can
movie it is.
feel it, I would imagine. It's
Yeah.
the moon crashing into the earth.
And also, you know, the entire city is on fire behind you.
Well, and what's interesting, too, is, like, when Cha-Cha goes up in flames, she doesn't even, like...
Wasn't she, like, on the phone?
She's on the phone. She doesn't even, like, flinch.
Who was she talking to?
By the way, she's on the phone. It's a payphone. Is there no technology? Did they, like, mess up? Not the writers, but when Five keeps going back and forth, does he, like, mess up the advent of, like, cellular phones?
Or it could be the technology that, like, with the technology that the handler sends them their tasks.
Okay.
Like, through the vending machine and stuff like that. It could be technology related to that. Like, not of this world.
So, like, but that messes up the timeline, though, right?
I don't think so, because they were always, at commission, they were always so careful, like, don't mess anything up, and then, but if you do, just go back and do it again, like, fix it.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't mess anything up. I think...
But she's using a payphone. Like, there are no payphones.
I think what it is that they don't have cell phones. Like, I think that
That's
commission workers wouldn't have cell phones because you go back to, like, talk to Leonardo da Vinci, you can't have a cell phone. Because, like,
the Wi-Fi back then
like,
in Italy
forbid
was
anything
not good.
happened. Yeah, you're not gonna get any service.
Yeah.
Because, like...
this stupid chapel.
Come on, Michelangelo, can you finish up quickly?
Yeah, you know what? I never thought of it like that. That actually kind of explains it in a way that I could process that. I'm okay with that.
The pneumatic tubes that just appear out of nowhere?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
How?
I guess...
Magic.
Yeah. Like, they are physical things, right? Mm-hmm. And they just show up in, like, toilet bowls and, like, sinks and showers.
Vending machines and
I guess, do they just
bowls.
disappear? Can they show up anywhere?
I think...
And if they can show up anywhere, can anyone else see them then?
I think that it's almost like the, I forget what it's called, but in, like, the movie, like, National Treasure, there's this whole thing with the, like, the stonemasons or the Freemasons, whatever they were.
Yes, Freemasons.
About how there were actually these clues everywhere, but you need to know other stuff in order to put the clues together. There were clues, like, hiding in plain sight.
Otherwise, they just mean nothing.
Yeah, I think it's something like that, kind of comparable to that.
Okay.
Where it's like, they're everywhere, but you need to know where to look for them. And, like...
Makes sense.
They wouldn't send something if, like, a person from commission isn't at that station.
Okay.
They would, because, like, so you wouldn't just hear, like, a boom, and
Yeah.
then, like, you're just like, what was that? Like,
Yeah.
it came from the wall.
Why are there notes in my shower telling me to exterminate someone? Okay.
Harold Jenkins.
Okay, so the Earth is ending. Nobody's flinching. I'm flinching as I'm watching it because I'm just thinking, okay, give me an answer that creates more questions. Those are the kind of cliffhangers I like. Answer questions that I want to know. You see that they kind of turn younger again, so I get that. But I just felt like it's so wide open that there's really no room for a definitive yet question. That's where I don't like it. Theories? Moving forward?
Ben.
It's all about Ben?
Ben has always been another one great character because, you know, he's only been revealed when Klaus is around. But
Yeah.
which
So
is
is Ben alive?
no. Well, maybe when they go back in time
Because you see him...
getting younger, and then
Right.
everyone else acknowledges him. Like they look at him and nod to him.
They do!
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
until they
They're
pointed it
just
out.
like, so.
But
It's like, sup, bro?
So they're time traveling, and their dead brother comes back.
Well, because they're
And
younger
they're-
again. So.
Oh, and I get that, but their reaction is just,
well, their
what's
memory,
up?
Well, because
Wait.
maybe they expected it.
well, their memory changed.
No,
stop.
because
It-
5 remembers everything. and when he travels through time, like...
Well, then, so how easy is that going to be then to help Vanya? That's weak. One episode, season's over. Hey, Vanya, remember that time where you blew stuff up and with the reason the apocalypse happened?
No.
Yeah, don't do that
Yeah,
again.
good.
No, if they remember, be like, don't do that again. That was mean.
But then, if they don't have their memories,
They're just going to do the same thing.
nothing's going to change.
Yeah, they would just do the same...
Unless 5.
I have a feeling. Yeah, that's where I was about to go. Like, I think 5 is gonna have his memory, and I think maybe the first couple episodes are gonna be him like trying to convince everyone. They're just gonna be like, "You're insane. What's wrong with you?"
Because 5 is going to look normal for them
Mm-hmm.
because they're all the same age.
They're all. Like,
So there's
gonna be-
nothing to look at him and trust.
Yeah.
Another cool thing I felt about Ben was he was one of the big parts about Klaus's recovery, his redemption story.
Oh, his redemption story is really great.
That made me really happy.
That whole scene of just like the endless torture to Klaus was bad, but then eventually when Ben started like
Wait, which one was the endless torture to Klaus?
when Hazel and Cha-Cha caught him.
Oh, that.
Oh, and they had all of the people,
Yeah, and there was like the
Yeah.
old Russian grandma.
and they're all talking to
the
him.
Russian grandma, the guy who got run over back and forward.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that dude.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
It wasn't
Also,
supposed
what
to
was
be.
that laugh?
It wasn't supposed to be a funny scene, right?
No.
I guess I kind of found it. Just they were just like, and then I got run over again and again.
Back and forth and back and forth.
Also,
But
what was
what-
that laugh? It's like a cartoon character.
I'm a cartoon character.
But another thing is that that leads to Hazel and Cha-Cha like kind of fighting,
Mm-hmm.
like breaking up apart from each other as partners, because Cha-Cha thinks Hazel isn't in it anymore, and like it just all goes down in flames, I guess.
Was 5 trying to kill JFK or shoot the Lee Harvey Oswald?
I think he was trying to kill JFK because I think the whole thing was because like if you listen, it's just a passing comment, but I think that like our timeline that we live in like the real world, that's everything that's supposed to happen. Because if you listen, the handler makes like a passing comment
During that scene?
No.
Or later?
Back when 5 like just goes back to commission, she's like, "Oh, by the way, you have to go back to Germany or whatever because Gutenberg is having second thoughts about the printing press." So I think that they keep everything the same. And the thing with the I forgot what it's called, but the Zeppelin that crashed.
Yeah, where it doesn't crash.
Sabotaging the Zeppelin.
So are they? Because you hear the gunshot right when he goes into or changes time.
Yeah.
So the gunshot is the actual assassination. I didn't know if they were trying to do like a wink, wink, nudge type of thing to the whole like second gunman or like the conspiracy surrounding JFK's death. So where does season 2 go? Aside from obviously Ben or 5 trying to talk everybody to understanding what Vanya does. Does Vanya buy in? Does Vanya become a full villain?
I think.
Or there are 43 kids, right?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about that
You've
since
only
the
got
very
7
beginning.
of them, and in the beginning okay. Maybe we start this and go this way. And is Reginald an alien? Because I've seen some theories that talk about Reginald being an alien.
Excuse me?
Because they show a scene where they show things launching, and he's talking to the woman in bed. And the theory is that Reginald is a dying race that is leaving their planet.
Right, and he like releases the thing. That's in the
Those
beginning of the
little-
last
and he-
episode.
Yeah, and he releases those like little firefly things, and that the theory might be that they are the 43.
Yeah, what was that scene?
Yeah, because it seems so disconnected that with no purpose or no even a glimmer of an answer, it just seems like one of those things that you're either supposed to forget or that's supposed to have unbelievable importance moving forward.
I mean, when I first watched it, I didn't really give that much thought to it. I thought maybe it was just supposed to humanize him.
That's what I thought too, to show that like, oh, he's caring for
He
someone.
does have feelings. like,
Yeah.
his wife died, and that's why he's so apathetic now.
Right. But then as I started reading up on some stuff, I thought like, oh, you know what? Maybe that's what it is. Because in the next scene you see, I believe they immediately cut to him in like 1920s New York.
Yeah, him like, I'm gonna buy this umbrella factory.
And he's poor because he's on third class. And then it's like, bam, he's a billionaire.
Yeah, and my question is, he may not be an alien. Is he an immortal? Because from like the time period that it looked like when he first like
It doesn't look like he's aged.
He didn't look like he's aged, and also it looked like it was, I don't even think 1920s, like maybe 1800s.
Yeah.
Like 1800s New York.
But also
Like-
he died, and like we know that he died because we see Klaus talking to him.
Well, no, but he died at the beginning of the show. Remember? Like,
Yeah.
From poisoning.
yeah, but he
No,
died
he-
at the beginning of the
he-
show.
Yeah.
And the beginning of the show takes place in modern times.
Yeah, so that's a
why
long,
would he be? That's over 100
lifespan.
years.
or at least close to it.
Yeah.
So I guess with...
And it's not even like he was born back then. He was already like an adult.
an adult.
He was like
Yeah.
30.
He had a wife, and then the wife died, so he must like at least be like maybe even 50s at that point.
Yeah.
And then he didn't age, so is he an immortal?
Well, in the comic, I read that he's supposed to be an alien.
Okay.
Yeah, and that
Sure.
they might be giving hints towards going down that route for the second season, or they could easily just kind of abandon it and not have to really explain much behind it. But that's supposed to be the origin for the monocle.
What was?
That like if he opens it, like he's got like his powers in there.
Oh.
Which is why that's why they kind of allude to it, where they say like, "Oh, Dad always
Yeah.
had
That's his
on
monocle.
it the monocle being so
But
important."
he takes it off though. He takes it off at one point because when he's training Vanya in the beginning, she cracks the monocle, and then he takes it off because then
Yeah.
he starts bleeding because the glass.
Vanya does that, like cracks it. That's when he finally realizes like she's too dangerous. So maybe if it happened at a more serious level to the monocle, something bad would happen.
Because the monocle is this source of sorcery of some sort.
But she doesn't know that though.
No,
Yeah,
but I think the fact that it happened is what makes him go, oh, like she cannot be trusted then because she destroyed this all-powerful monocle.
That could be a thing. Like, what's the reason for the rankings? And I don't mean like for the numbers, and I don't mean like like well Luther's the most powerful, so he's 1, and Vanya is like 7. I mean like, why did Gerard Way and Gabriel Ba give them those numbers? Is there any like symbolism? Like, is there anything about the number 5 that like has anything to do with is it maybe because like a clock goes by 5s and like the whole like time travel thing? Or is
Oh,
that-
wow. I never saw that. That's awesome.
I just thought about that now.
Maybe. I kind of saw it as more of just like you said, he's apathetic and just numbering them.
Why doesn't 5 have a name? Like, the only explanation I can come up with is I think maybe they got their names after he already like disappeared through time.
Yeah, because Grace named them.
Yeah, after a while, they eventually were like, "Hey, let's name them." He's gone already. I think at that point.
Well, Aiden Gallagher on his Twitter, I don't know if like it was like him, like the directors told him, or this was just his personal theory about the character, but he did say that that 5 was always more mature than the other kids, and like he knew that Reginald was only using them, like he didn't love them.
Okay.
He was only just using them for like their powers. And so he kind of didn't see a purpose in the name, and he wasn't gonna give into like that fake love.
That their
like,
names were a
Yeah.
product of fake love. That's okay. Yeah, I can buy that.
His girlfriend is a mannequin named Dolores, which sounds quite similar to the DeLorean
Yeah.
from Back to the Future.
Oh.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being a part of episode 9 of the Monarch Experience. Eleni, Victoria, Harry, you guys are fantastic. Love the depth of knowledge that you guys are bringing to this show. I definitely learned a lot more about the show in general getting to chat with you guys. Moving forward, obviously you know where to find all our episodes. We're on anchor.fm, but you can download us any place that you enjoy listening to your podcast, whether it's Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes. If you're listening to us on iTunes, don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss a single episode and get it right on your device of your choosing. Be sure to leave us a 5-star rating. That helps us so much more than anything else. And if you're looking to stay connected with us so you can experience everything behind the scenes footage, really cool promotional things. We're giving out free money with a lot of these. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter at The Monarch Experience. Make sure that you add us on Snapchat at The Monarch Experience Podcast. See ya!
That's nobody's business but the church.